Hey guys, Ken Tamplin from Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, coming to you live from the Rock Hall of Fame. And we have Ronnie James Dio, Holy Diver, and this looks like an original score. I guess he scored out his music and had the band members read it. My understanding is the fastest way you get a guitar player to turn down is to put a sheet of music in front of him. So hopefully this was helpful for Ronnie. And just above that, we've got Tony Iommi's guitar from Black Sabbath, and just a lot of really cool paraphernalia and a lot of great stuff. So anyway, let's rock a vocal coach reaction to Ronnie James Dio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to be with you today.
Good to be with you too, Ronnie.
And we should like to do a song to thank you.
We do that with my hair.
We should do it to thank you.
All right,
if that makes any sense. The sense is that you made this song happen. You made all of this happen for us, and we should like to do a song for you called Rainbow in the Dark. What's up?
I'm ready. Sorry, I had to do that. Lightning!
You know it always brings me down.
Listen to that tone, man. What great vocal tone.
'Cause it's free and I see that it's me who's lost and never found. A cry out for magic, feel it floating in the night. It was cold, lost my hold to the shadows of the night.
Yeah!
No sign of the morning coming. You've been left on your own like a rainbow in the dark.
Okay, now, I mean, he hasn't missed a single note, man. I don't know, forget how old he is here, but this dude has just been a rock star all the way to the end when we lost him to cancer, man. Rainbow in the dark when there's lightning! He's just got that huge, monstrous voice. And hey, man, the guy's like 5'2" or 3 or 4 or whatever it was, and just this roaring line coming out of his mouth. Pretty cool, if you ask me.
Rainbow in the dark. Do your demons, well, do they ever let you go? When you try, do they hide?
Deep inside!
Is there someone that you know?
But you know!
You're just a picture. You're an image caught in time. We're alive. You and I. We're watching all the time.
Good job, man. No sign of a morning coming. You've been left on your own.
Like a rainbow in the dark. Just a rainbow in the dark.
Again, guys, the guy would sing 15 songs and never lose his voice. Now, I have a singing course. It's called How to Sing Better Than I Just... Yeah! You know, you can hear me compress the sound. You can tell I'm not tired, right? There's a very specific way on how to do this, and you don't go straight to this kind of sound. You have to build up to this sound like working out in a gym. There's no difference. And in my singing course, I walk you through step by step how to get this kind of sound safely. If you don't do this safely, correctly over time, it's called hyperglottal compression. And yes, I'm one of the very first guys on the internet talking about glottal compression, and all of a sudden everyone's talking about it. But no one seems to be able to sing it and do it correctly. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, with that said, I walk you through this in my course step by step. The course is called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, and you can find it at kentemplinvocalacademy.com if you're interested. Let's continue with Ronnie. Here we go. Or should I say Vivian? Looks like Vivian Campbell on guitar. I love his guitar playing. Cool. Very Vivian. Ingve type long guitar solos. I left that in for you guitar players out there.
You know it always brings me down. 'Cause it's free and I see
I love those hand motions.
it's lost and never found. Cry out for magic.
Magic!
Sit down, singing the line.
Light!
It was fear and you'll hear it calling you. Beware.
Beware! Look out!
No sign of a body coming. No sight of a day.
Long lyric.
You've been left on your own like a rainbow. Just a rainbow in the dark. You're a rainbow in the dark.
Now, I've done a couple of versions of this. I actually did a Vocal Coach Reacts to Ronnie, and I already did Last in Line, and I also did a version of Last in Line myself, so you can go on and check out my version of Last in Line. I did a couple tutorials on his, so if you want to see me and see how I stack up to Ronnie, please check it out. And I also did Neon Nights, so in fact I did a compilation Last in Line, and I did Stand Up and Shout and some other stuff. So, but I just recently did Neon Nights. I'll put that in the description tag so you guys could just click on it and check it out. And let's continue with Ronnie James Dio.
You're a rainbow in the dark.
Again, it's another one of those singers that makes me want to sing. It's very seldom that happens.
No sign of a body.
Perfect tone and pitch.
Rainbow.
Great band. Sometimes I try to cut these up to make them shorter, but I felt that was almost sacrilegious to do that with Ronnie stuff because it's just, I don't know. He'd probably roll over in the grave and come and spank me if I did something like that. Cool. I got to warm up for him in a band I was in years ago. That was a lot of fun. Nice. That crowd's going nuts. Okay, here's another piece here. And before we go into this too, actually Doug Aldridge looks like that's who's on guitar. Doug actually played on one of my records as well. It was called Wake the Nation, so you can check it out. It's a song called Come Together. You can probably just Google it. Ken Tamplin, Wake the Nations, and the song's called Come Together, and Doug Aldridge is on guitar. So check it out. I love it when the audience sings all your stuff. Isn't it fun? Here we go.
Very nice. Now we
Sing me a song. You're a singer. Do me wrong. You're a bringer of evil.
Now notice, by the way, it is really tough to just have just a bass guitar and drums. Sing me a song, you're a singer! To be alone like that with a bass and just you and the audience and guitar and make it sound that big, that good, that in pitch, that powerful, man, pretty tough act to follow.
The devil is never a maker.
And I know he's got a lot of dark lyrics and stuff. That's not what I'm into at all. But I do respect the talent, that is for sure.
Goes on
And on.
and on. It's in and
Yeah. Go Dougie. Pretty dark.
the lover of life.
And it gets mellow. See? Lover, lover. He gets real nice and mellow. And lover lights. He's not love up, so he can back off the sound too. So it's not that he always has to sing heavy. So guys, I have a singing course, as I said, called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, where I walk you through this stuff, right? And it's important, as I point out in the course, that if you always have to sing heavy and distorted, and you forever sentence yourself to singing heavy, you can never come back and lighten up the sound. And we want the full spectrum of the voice. We want to be able to sing light, we want to be able to sing medium, and we want us to be able to sing heavy. But if you always sing heavy in order to be able to get to your notes and just squeeze and pinch and choke off the chords in the throat, like I said, you'll forever sentence yourself to always having to sing heavy. And we want to start out by singing pure and crystal clear and light first, and then develop that distortion as we go so that we can develop the full spectrum of the voice. Okay, let's continue.
And the ending, it's just the beginner. And the closer you get to the meaning, well, the sooner
So he's able to do it without distortion.
you've been dreaming. And it's on and on and on. It goes on and on and on.
Oh!
It goes on and on and on. It's all your
Lovely, 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 lovely light. It's a good lick. It's got that Black Sabbath kind of sound to it, doesn't it? Obviously, he sang for Black Sabbath, as you guys know. Dougie went on to play with Whitesnake after this. So he's been in a few other bands. He's in another new band now. Okay, so we're gonna come into a close here in a minute. I think there's like a faster part that comes up, so we'll check this out and we'll close with this and make some more closing comments. Here we go. Can you guys hear the support in his stomach, the strength he's got in the sound? That's really important to sustain this kind of sound. So
Nobody bleeds for the dancer. It goes on and on, on and on, and on and on and on and on and on.
okay, so speaking of on and on and on and on, it's a live thing, so I'm sure they're gonna go on for a while. I hadn't seen the second half of this, so this is all new to me. But anyway, guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com is where you can join my free singing forums if you want. And you can check me out on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Twitter. I'm all over the place. So, and until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.